What's up, everybody? Your host, Sweettooth here to play, which this is for recording and streaming at the same time, because why not? Here to play Rift Lord, some of the Sabotage maps that you will see in Sabotage. This is the highest difficulty for this map. If you see this map, I'd reckon playing it about the same way every time. It'll work well with this mode and with well, Sabotage as well, I guess. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure that you place those two barricades where they're at. The reason being is because from here or from here, if any fire ogres walk by, they're not going to damage that barricade. You can do another barricade here, but we'll get to that later. One of the other things you can do, of course, is something like this. Later on, if you get enough money, feel free to do this sort of thing. And what this will do is this will prevent anything from going in that direction as well. But for right now, we can just do this. And then, of course, one more will be here. And what this is going to do is this is going to take everything running down the stairs, and they're going to have to take a left and a right. And as you can see, this is going to be our kill box. So let's go ahead and get a couple of things set up here. We're going to want yeah, Floor Scorcher there, Tar here. We can do Tar here as well with the lightning trap, and lightning traps are on the outside walls as well. They're 1.5 squares, so they'll end up hitting everything up until this this corner right here. They'll hit everything up until there. So we'll be doing that.
The enemy has opened a minion portal.
And our two mercs, or not mercs, but guardians, will have those guys. And this might be a 5-star strat as well. I don't know. No, it won't be. It won't be. Guys from the top left are not going to die fast enough for this to be a 5-star strat. So don't think of it as that. Think of it as like an endless / survival strat, or endless / sabotage.
They've broken through a gate.
All right, that's fast enough. We're gonna increase our damage to large minions. Definitely.
I'm sure.
Okay. These guys are coming out from the bottom. We're gonna reduce the cooldown and go for the throat. Hopefully they don't get the bouncer bear. They get both of the things I would rather them not to have.
They've broken through a gate.
Alright, well, that wasn't too bad. Could have been worse. Go ahead and take care of these while we wait. Okay, I think that was the only thing he was able to get out. That's good. Okay, we'll have that. Now that's the sound of the fire elementals. So that's what that is.
Our barricades are under attack. They've destroyed our barricades.
Oh. That's why you do two of them.
Good spot for
But you want to separate them to be far enough away from each other. Okay, we're going to push these a little farther
The
out.
army is attacking on another front.
I want them pristine. Instant vindication.
Like that, and like
Nothing
that.
will get past this. Looking for a few good heads.
They've broken through a gate.
Mm, what's that? That thing's fast. Oh, that bear must have aggroed or something. I don't know. But anyways, so this is the idea for sabotage. I've seen people go the route on the top. I've never seen that be successful. So I don't know why they would do it, but I've never seen it work. So I would just say don't do that. Also, I've seen people put haymakers like right here. Don't put haymakers right there either. Do not do this. I've seen it happen and it doesn't end well.
They've summoned a boss minion.
Want them pristine.
Okay, so we want to do this, and we want lots and lots of lightning traps afterwards. So this is going to give it an ailment whenever it walks in. It's going to get slowed by the tide and electrocuted. That should be a combo of 3. Which isn't much, but it's something.
The boss minion is down.
And there you have that. We will restore upon hit.
So Valkyrie. Nothing will get past this.
Now you can replace these with grinders, wall blades, whatever you want. This is pretty good.
Our barricades are under attack.
Yeah. So those should be fire elementals, I believe. Yeah, they are. What we're going to do about that is we're going to let some of them explode on each of those. So once that gets destroyed, we'll just replace it with another one. And we're going to try and kill everything here.
Our barricades are under attack.
Okay, cool. And then we'll have one last one like this.
A boss is on its
Ready
way.
to
Has
do that.
entered the battlefield.
Okay, a couple of bosses. So we're gonna have these guys from down here.
Boss minion defeated.
Rise again.
Our barricades are under attack.
And then of course we will take care of those. And you want to take care of these as soon as you can. Those guys. You don't want them to kind of get too close to the barricade, at least. Okay, we need to take care of the Dwarf Priest before it becomes an issue. All the traps on the bottom are going to be good. Good. Alright, that should be good. Put a couple of ballista in the corner. They're going to reach everything down there and everything over there. And we will put 4 more in this corner. And then we'll start building some defenses outside. And if you're going like endless, that'll matter a lot. If you're going sabotage, it may not matter so much. But a similar setup would be very ideal. Like this, your kill box. The one thing you gotta watch out for is damage auras and things that damage like your traps. Because if you have that and you're in here, you're gonna ruin everything. If you have a bomb spell, you need to like book it, man. You need to just run right to your rift as fast as possible. You can put, if that's too much of an issue, there's a weird mic glitch there.
A boss is on its way.
Like flashes and disappears. Weird. Swifty hooves, that's a problem. I don't know what. Okay, he's out of the middle. Oh, what? What was that? He glitched. Alright, well, whatever. He totally glitched. Like, I almost. Like I said, this is not a 5-star strat. But that was so stupid. Anyways, if you are going to try and 5-star it with this method, Sweettooth comes out of the middle. Yeah. So, bring your A game for that.
Who disturbs my watch?
An unstable rift is opening. Destroy it.
The unstable rift can open. That's fine.
The unstable rift was not destroyed. Enemy minions incoming.
And of course, Blackpaw has lots of sustain, lots of good damage, decent crowd control. Just a solid champ all the way around, really. Okay, and then we're going to so that is fire elementals and
Our barricades are
that
under
guy.
attack.
You serious right now? I mean, I guess you could 5-star it that way too. But anyways, so that's kind of the trap setup for Sabotage. A good way to go about doing that. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I will be going to another Sabotage map here shortly and discussing a good way to set that up too. Midnight Market. Alright guys, for my second episode we will be doing Midnight Market Rift Lord, and this one's another Sabotage map. You might see it in a different difficulty, so different minions come out at different times on difficulties, but this is the highest difficulty there is for me, so I'll be playing it, and that might be better for lower levels because it's going to be a similar difficulty to you guys. So one of the things you can do on this is actually start with single barricades. You'll end up saving some money in doing so, because you just need, instead of spending, because you only need to do these 3 spots here, so instead of spending the 1,400 for 2 of them, which would be 2,800 total, you could just do the 2,700 total for the 3 single barricades. The same thing with out here. You only need a single and a single here. Instead of 3 doubles, you'll do 4 singles, which will save you some money as well. So this would be a pretty good one to have the singles with. Plus the singles overall have more armor, or more HP I should say, except for the fact that you can do this pretty easily with a double barricade, and what that'll do is that'll cause everything to go into a 1 square width place right there at that spot. So anyways, I believe on let's see.
Slow.
Yeah, see, even with this starting, we can't actually, we won't have enough. Well, that's alright. We'll just go double and single, and that'll give us enough money. Oh, well, yeah, we want double, and we'll take single. There's no other good traps necessarily. Oh yeah. I'll do... What's a good cook? Here's the good cook. You do increase health and poisons enemy on hit. Reduce cooldowns and stun slows enemies on hit. Ooh, cool. Reduce cooldowns. Let's do it. Alright, Midnight Market, Black Paw, Rift Lord, and we will be Doing that. So this is all you need to cover this side. That's all you need to cover that side. We'll get the cook. And wave 1 is going to be fairly difficult. And the reason I say that is because wave 1 starts on the left-hand side and it's going to go all the way around to the right-hand side. Now, if you play this on Sabotage, I'm pretty sure the only difficulty, they come out on the right-hand side. In which case, you just block off this right here with like a double, and then force everything down here. So you don't have to spend as much on those barricades as you do if you're going Rift Lord.
Opened a minion portal.
But we'll make do. We'll make it work.
They've broken through a gate.
We'll show you some possibilities with all of that. Alright. Fire ogres might become an issue. In here, there's a lot of cool places where you can hide. You can and drop aggro, and that's one of the things you're going to want to do. Is kind of drop aggro, wait out a little bit, and take down the fire ogres and whatnot whenever they show up. Because you're going to have those firework archers, and the firework archers can cause issues.
Barricades are under attack.
Thrill of the hunt.
You alright, dudes? Alright, so
Watch out! Our enemies have broken through again.
I really want these. Alright, we will increase our damage to large minions.
They've broken through a gate.
An unstable rift is opening. It must be destroyed. The unstable rift was not destroyed. Enemy minions incoming.
Oh, come on. I don't think 3 of them can do it. I think it needs to be 4. Oh, they're going to different ones anyways. Oh, they're those guys. Yeah, easy.
No funny business. I'm a watching you.
Yeah, fire ogres don't come out in the sabotage one either. But this is a good could be sort of thing. What could happen?
Our barricades are under attack.
Whew. Rough.
Our enemies, they're breaking through again.
And we get Bouncer Bear. How lucky can you get?
They've broken through a gate. Our barricades are under attack.
Here's what I'm gonna do about that.
Good for revenge.
Okay. There should be enough of those traps.
You will pay for this.
Here.
Our barricades are under attack.
Rend the flesh.
I think I'm gonna do a lot of these.
This is a place.
They will come.
I think I have to. And then another one over here. We are going to increase the healing from our bite.
Unstable.
Our barricades are under attack.
Well done. The unstable rift has been destroyed.
Okay, cool.
Nothing will get past this.
Our barricades are under attack.
Woo! This did not get any easier.
Protect the pack.
If you see Maximilian, tell him I know.
The trap will take flight.
Our barricades are under attack.
Hello, can I help you?
You will pay for this.
Now, I might die.
Sorry, the kitchen doesn't take reservations.
Okay.
Boot kicking is on the first come, first kill basis.
Slow.
I'm definitely gonna need to heal up a bit. And spend my money. I keep taking out these fire ogres though.
Our barricades are under attack.
There we go. What is it? Oh, that guy? I guess if you have a little bit of gold, or not gold, ice
Unstable
towers,
rift is
or
open.
ice traps.
Quick, destroy it.
Our barricades are under attack.
Ah.
This one kills. Slow.
the unstable rift.
Gotta just show those wrists for that 5-star. I didn't realize this would turn to a 5-star.
Chicken necks, pickled fishy.
The boss minion has entered the battlefield.
Oh, wait. Command tower. Probably one of the cooler looking bosses. Pretty cliche though, to be completely honest.
Our barricades are the enemy's boss is dead.
Just getting started.
And there you have it.
A good hunt.
A setup like that will truly win you a sabotage. On any difficulty. Alright, hope you enjoyed. And let me know if you got any questions about that one. If you want to see an actual sabotage match of this map, I'll be more than happy to try and set something up. And without further ado, have a great day. Welcome back. This is Temple Graveyard. We'll be doing a Sabotage edition. It's not Sabotage, but we'll be covering over what to do if you do happen to have Sabotage and you happen to have this map. First thing we're going to do, we're just going to wall off the top. And then we're going to wall off the side. And then we're going to do a couple other walls here. The first one being this one. And we'll do another wall off over here if we need to, but for right now, that should be all we need. And that'll be for a little bit. We're going to start our traps here. This is where we're going to start all of our traps. Now, doing this at the very beginning is going to be very difficult. And the reason why is because every minion comes out of this bottom part. Now, when minions come out of the top part, they're going to reroute themselves to this bottom section, and they're going to hug this wall. So every trap you put on the floor, they're going to walk over as long as it's on this side of the walls. Anything that comes out of the bottom section right here, that's all gonna get routed throughout the whole thing. Now, luckily, these lightning traps will basically cover that entire distance. But this first wave might be a little difficult. Definitely keep in mind you have fast guys that might come out if you're playing Sabotage. And that can always be an issue. So do keep that in mind. Other than that, we're just going to alternate our traps here. Lots and lots of combos, lots of gold. And we're going to do those boom barrels. But those aren't the reasons why we have the boom barrels. It's not for that right there. And we're actually not going to put anything against this wall other than those boom barrels.
Watch out! An unstable rift is opening. Get
We'll let
to
that
it
open.
and destroy it.
Remember, this isn't a 5-star strat. A 5-star strat will look a little different. This is merely just the strat that I'm using to do this. For sabotage, with sabotage in mind, I should say.
The unstable rift was not destroyed. Enemy minions incoming.
Enemies are attacking on another front.
So this kill zone's pretty good. It's basically going to kill everything that walks this path, and most things are going to walk in front of all of this. Then once they get into here, this is really your main kill box. This is where you're going to do most of your damage in sabotage, is in this room. Mercenaries can be a problem. Kata Kobold can be a problem.
You beat me. Sweet vindication.
But, never to worry. That's what you got your traps for.
Good for revenge.
Now, if I was to 5-star this, theoretically what I would be doing is I would take this middle section and I would push it down to that bottom section in a similar fashion. And then this top section, I would have this top section run up through this top section here,
A boss is on its way.
and it would do its sort of thing. Now, here we've got 2 before. Looks like he's going to go for this here, which is fine. He's going to take plenty of damage on the way.
Boss defeated.
Maybe he doesn't know how to get there, you know, which is good, Anyways, we're going to spike that, and then we're going to wall charger, and then the next layer up we're going to do boom barrel rollers, and then at the very top of the ceiling we're going to do lots and lots of ballista. Now this one's okay to bring single barricades as well. You can basically use everything I brought pretty nicely inside this room right here. But if for whatever reason you don't have a boom barrel roller, feel free to bring single barricades as well. Those will work really well right here and right here in between these pillars, and then the doubles in between that. So we're going to reduce the amount of pounce costs.
Come.
Now this one will reach halfway into this square, and this one will reach halfway into that square. But the traps are basically half the square over already, so they're reaching the entire other side. Now if you're to place it here, as you can see, it's going up till about this set of spikes on the second one. So having one on each side is going to cover the whole entire area. Bouncer bear, that's fine. We'll try and pull aggro from him. There we go.
Instant vindication. Good spot for gymnasts.
course, we'll have to sell another barricade back here. We'll sell this one and put it back down there.
Revenge.
And this will help to ensure
The enemy army is attacking on another front.
that nothing gets back here. This guy will basically be there to block a lot of the Cobalt kamikazes that come out. And we'll put barricades in front of him as well
They've broken through a
to
gate.
help with that. But yeah, as you can see, all those means immediately route. The ones on the top left will go to the right. They'll see it and then they'll route away, which is what we want. And like I said, we'll double barricade that guy where he's at, because all the kamikazes that are going to come in, they'll blow up these first, and then they'll blow up these in the back. By the time they get to where they can blow up the ones in the back, the ones in the front will be dead, but then this guy will stop them from doing anything else to the guys in the back. And so that's kind of how we're going to play this out for a short while. And there you go. So there's that. Okay, now we can do one more of those, and then boom barrels. And of course, playing this, you might want to go with someone ranged. Cygnus would be good, because then you could just sit back here and spam right mouse button, stun things that get into this room, and it'll be your kill chamber. Plus you can amplify basically the entire room. Cygnus would be really good on this. Alright, so here's the first wave of Cobalt kamikazes. They'll be coming out of the top. They'll hit the top barricades, whatever.
Barricades are under attack.
Yeah, they don't do enough to kill all of them. Yeah. So, that's one wave of them, and we're still fine. What do we get for mercs? Dwarf Priest. We're going to need to take him out. Where is he coming out of? The top right corner. Okay, do be careful of those guys. That'll cause issues for you later. Okay. We'll grab the straggler. For whatever reason, he's over there. Not sure why. Grab that straggler.
Enemies are breaking through elsewhere.
As you can see, that's basically the idea. We don't need anything else. You see fire ogres. I'm pretty sure the fire ogres are the next difficulty up from what's on Sabotage, but they're not going to be touching any barricades on their way down.
An unstable rift is
None
open.
whatsoever.
It must be destroyed.
We'll go ahead and get rid of that unstable rift. Just because it's going to take up more time.
And our heroes destroyed the
And we don't need
unstable
it.
rift. And there was much rejoicing.
But as you'll be able to see, fire ogres don't hit a single thing. Oh, there's a second one.
Destroyed the unstable rift.
And get used to those possibilities of where they spawn, because one could spawn up there as well. And if your enemy has an unstable rift, they're going to spawn on you. Those will be places that it shows up. So do be wary of that. And all those barricades at the top aren't really necessary. I just put them there just in case. Especially if you're a shield guardian. A shield guardian really does a trick. But yeah, I did a little bit of math. Lightning traps do the most damage as far as brute force. Spike traps do quite a bit. And these ballistas do quite a bit as well. Now, granted, floor spikes and ballistas are reduced by armor, but if you have the armor reduction, which I have on my ballista, and I believe on the floor scorches as well, it'll reduce their armor, and so other physical traps will do more damage to them. Yeah. Boom barrel rollers do a decent amount. The swinging mace really does the most amount of damage in the game by far. It's just very hard to use them because it usually ends up being very situational as to where you can place it. For example, it would not work on this map unless I funneled everything to the top here. If I funnel everything to the top, then yeah, it might work. Otherwise, it won't, because there's nowhere else to place it. But the swing mace is definitely by far the most amount of damage possible within one trap. Theoretically, like realistically speaking. I'm not too sure about the cursed ground. I know the cursed ground does damage. I know it does damage in increments, but you have to keep something on there for a certain amount of time. And so it really depends on how you have all your traps set up as to whether or not the cursed ground is actually going to be that effective. So the boss just showed up, and he's about halfway dead now. He'll be pretty fully dead here in a second.
The enemy's force is down.
And there you go. It looks like we got a guy stuck in limbo and another guy walking back. So we're gonna go help these dudes out.
Are under attack.
Will they destroy it? Looks like it.
They've destroyed our barricade.
Just along the right. They've still got two others that they'll target before any of them behind the Guardian. So that's good. So I would always say between the Swinging Mace, Boom Barrel Roller, and Arcane Bowling Ball, switch between those three. Depending on the map, and if you're going to be able to use them. I'm just gonna get that to help clean them up. I'm tired of those. There we go. That'll clean them up. Alright, so that's all of the ballistas you can put on the lower level. The rest of them will go on the ceiling, and then we'll be pretty close to Trap Cat. Now those are grenade throwers. They'll hop over your wall and run right into your rift, no worries. As long as they don't pull aggro from you, you're good.
You are soon ended.
Go, wolves. Go. Quench your thirst, my minions. And of course, you can always place more traps out here if you need to. You could even route things and group things up, like right outside the door if you want to. You can't put anything in the water, but you could put barricades to kind of push everything right here and still fight things just outside this door. But there's no reason to do that if you can line up your ceiling there with ballistas. Alright, and there you go. That's how I would set up if I was playing Sabotage on that map. It's not a 5-star strat because everything goes through the bottom and there's a lot of time where minions are just walking around and not dying. So, but use it if you need it, and I hope you enjoy and have a great day.